In the last class, I explained about terminology of positioning, projection of positioning, and the different landmarks, different regions. All those things I explained. And, uh, and at today's class, I'm going to talk about anatomy, which is related to chest radiography. The anatomy, in the sense, this is anatomy regarding on radiological aspects. After imaging, there are how you can identify the different part of anatomy in the image, that I'm going to explain. So as all of you know that when you take chest radiography, there are different pattern, the different part of the radiography which we are going to see. That's one thing is bone linkage, lower respiratory tract, lung and pleura, heart and mediastinum, and upper abdomen. These are the part when after we taking radiography we will see this part. So as comes to the bony cage, there are all of you will know about, there are 12 pairs of ribs. There are a few pairs of true ribs and a few pairs of false ribs are there. You can see in the image itself, clavicle, jugular notch, manubrium. This is all part. This is the 3D image, where in chest radiography we are going to see this all the part. So why bony cage is important? If any abnormalities is seen, it means there is something abnormality in the shape of the bony cage. If anything abnormality is there, means there is something disease in the bone. Two, we have to identify that what kind of disease. So as a landmark, that in the last class I clearly explained how to identify the landmark. You can see here, which is when you take a chest radiography, this all landmarks is very important. Sternal notch T2 T3 level, and sternal angle T4 T5 level, nipple T7 T8 level, xiphoid process at the level of T10. So these are the landmarks which is used in the chest radiography. You can see in this radiographic image how you can read out the chest radiography. We'll go one by one. Now you can see this is the clavicle, the length of clavicle bone of the left side. This is the scapula. This is the joint, scapula humeral joint, and this is humerus head. This is clavicle, sternal notch with its the joint here. Okay, the same time, when the other image you can see this the clavicle, the same way clavicle, and this is a yellow part, the yellow shadow which you seeing, that is a spinous process. So this spinous process will be a big role in chest radiography, because the distance between spinous process to clavicle head, distance between spinous process to clavicle head, it should be same distance in the right and the left side. It means if the same distance, means there is a radiography is proper, there is a no oblique in the patient. I means patient is not tilted, the proper true AP or true PA radiography. The same time you can see this is the rib, which is fifth rib originating from the vertebra, thoracic vertebra. When you see the upper part is called is the posterior part. When it comes down, it will be a anterior part, where anterior tip will be joining with the sternum. The same way you can see other ribs also, starting from 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7 and 8. There are 8 ribs able to see in this image. When you take a radiography, there are certain things you have to consider. The first of all, you can see here the proper positioning, how you will identify if seventh rib, if you able to see within the lung field, means that radiography, whatever breath technique which you tell to the patient, that is proper. It means patient is taken a proper breath and it properly hold it. So if it is more than 7, it is there also, it's not absolutely fine, it's actually wrong. It is like is a hyper expansion of the lung. It suggested that hyper expansion of the lung. So same time, see, this is the mid clavicular line, we call mid clavicular line, which that line passes through the mid clavicular, which is the first rib. You can see the first rib at the border of the first rib, and it should be reached to the tip of the 7th rib here. It means that is a mid clavicular line which is divides the lung, right side of the lung. So you can see there are you can count continuously. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 different ribs is able to see in the lung field. But whole length of the 7th rib, if you see, means it's a proper breath hold technique done by the patient. The same way, heart and mediastinum, how you can identify the image. You can see there are 2 different images is kept here. The one left image, you can see the blue, whatever the blue areas which is represent the venous system, whatever the red is there, that represent the arterial system. You can see this is the superior vena cava, from the which is the blood is drainaging from the neck and cerebrum. The inferior vena cava number 2, which is draining blood from the impure blood from the lower area. So the same time, you can see that other right ventricle here. You can see pulmonary trunk here. You can see this is the left ventricle. You can see this is the left ventricle. So this is the aorta, ascending aorta, then descending aorta. This one is a descending aorta. The same way, you can see, if you frequently, if you are go on checking this, seeing the images, means easily you can identify what are the name is mentioned here. See here also you can see this is the superior vena cava. Okay, this is the right ventricle. The same way, aorta, arch of aorta in the left ventricle. You can see these are different part of the chest radiography. Then next come to the cardiothoracic ratio, one of the important, how this is the one how it will identify the cardiomegaly. Okay, the size of the heart, which is measured in the chest PA view, not AP view. In AP view we will not measure, only in chest PA view we will measure this cardiothoracic ratio. So but nowadays we have plenty of echo, there are a lot of EEG, ECG and all facility. Due to that, cardiothoracic ratio is not so popular. In the olden days it was so popular. So you can see this is one midline will be placed. That midline will be placed, I already told you, that is spinous process. Along with the spinous process, the midline will be placed. After that, in a right, cardiac right, the border of the cardiac right, at the level of right ventricle, at the border of the cardiac right too, it will be measured here. At the same time, the cardiac of the left, which is the left ventricle, will be measured, so that the thoracic diameter, this is thoracic diameter at the CP angle, cardiophoreal angle. This is the cardiophoreal angle, this is the costophoric angle. At the level of costophoric angle we will measure, so that you can see the acquisition CT ratio, how we will calculate. the CR plus CL divided by the T, whichever the ratio. If more than 50% is there, means it means there is a cardiomegaly.